I seen an old article, man, that was online about Jada Pinkett, man. She put up 100,000 for Tupac bill that was 3 million, and it made me think of a comment you made before about Jada Pinkett and Jasmine Guy asking Biggie for bail money.
According to Big said that Jada and Jasmine had came to him and asked him for some money, but he didn't have no money to give Pac because his contract that he had did, the people who was managing him had got him into a effed up agreement with Diddy and them, so his contract was messed up to the point where he had spent all his money and that he had to turn around and sell his publishing to Puff. So he couldn't give them any money. So I said to him that I said, so Big, why you ain't give him no party or do nothing like that? You know, you could have went to any club in New York and say, yo, listen to me, man, y'all take the bar and we'll take the door because we want to do a fundraiser for Pac if that was your man. He said he wasn't thinking about it, nobody brought it to his attention, and that it's something that he probably should have done, but you know, I guess he wasn't on it like that or thought about it.
So when you look at it in hindsight, man, 20 plus years later, do you think Biggie should have did like a concert or something to raise money for Tupac so he can get bail? Out of curiosity, man, what would you do in that situation if you was Biggie?
Well, I can never put myself in another position of a man, but if I was me, and I am me, and I call somebody my man, listen to me, bro. It ain't one thing I won't do, you know what I'm saying, as far as getting at that money or doing what I gotta do to make sure they right. And he was a big enough star, he could have done that easily. You understand? But at me doing stuff for my people, you know, I'm gonna go all the way out, man. And if I could throw parties, bus rides, trips, or anything, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make sure mine's eat.
Right. So I want to backtrack, man. Before the Quad Studios incident happened, right? Is it true that Biggie warned Tupac about the people he was hanging around with in New York?
Nah, Big told me he Big spoke with me, and all this shit happened in one day. And what I'm telling you, brother, is that I don't know if somebody ever had somebody pouring their whole life out to them. But dude was pouring his whole life out to me, man. And it's haunting that the stuff that you asking is it's like this kid was talking about this stuff. You know what I mean? So he said that he didn't tell Pac because Pac was the type of dude that he would have went back and told those dudes that he told. So he didn't want the beef because those dudes were some serious dudes back then. You know, you talking about Johnny, Tut, Scooter. They also had Haitian Jack was running with them. So Scooter was one of those dudes that had Brooklyn on smash, parts of Brooklyn on smash, because everybody got their different areas. And Scooter was a serious dude back then. So if he would have said anything about those dudes, Big wasn't strong like that in the streets where they couldn't get at him.
Right. Yeah, that was one of Tupac problems with Biggie, man. I remember him saying in an interview before that Biggie, he was calling himself the King of New York. So since he was calling himself the King of New York, he should have told him who set him up at Quad Studios and who was behind it.
Come on, man. That was a movie. Niggas is just talking, amping shit up. Yo, Pac already knew. Come on, let's be honest. Pac knew if this nigga sleeping on my couch, if I'm feeding this nigga, how he's the king of the New York. And then, you know what I'm saying? And because that make you a rapper and you sell music, that don't mean you can move mountains. I'd rather have, you know, 8 versus the 80. You know what I'm saying? 8 thorough niggas than 80 lukewarm niggas. My brothers know what I'm talking about. I don't, you know, that King of New York shit, ain't no rapper the King of New York. Ain't no hustler the King of New York. is not a king of New York. When New York is so big and everybody got their own size, niggas ain't going to the Bronx. Niggas in Brooklyn ain't going to the Bronx. Niggas in Bronx ain't going to Brooklyn. Manhattan's trying to stay away from both of them. Queens niggas ain't going to either one of them unless they going with 20 niggas, 30 niggas with them. And they still ain't the king.